If there's one thing I've learned about this community, it's that a lot of people are multi-talented. It's not only that they fly drones out of a need to express creativity. And it came as no shock to me that Steele Davis plays guitar. What did come as a shock to me is that he's really freaking good. And I hope that you guys enjoy this, the last part of the Steele Davis interview, and we'll see you soon. Bye. What kind of guitar is it?
It's a Collings.
Ah, okay. I don't think I've ever played one of those.
They're real nice.
Real nice.
Yeah, it's oh, this is gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Let me see if it's in. I mean, like, I really enjoy like finger picking shit, but I never do it. Let's see. I have like this.
That's nice.
I don't know, I get a little ridiculous. I'm pretty good with that. Can't really hear. Can you even hear anything?
Yeah, oh yeah, I can hear it. It sounds good, actually.
So I'm like, I don't know why, but I have like really good pitch, so I can detune to like any tuning very quickly. And I really grew up. I grew up playing a lot of Rage Against the Machine. Like, let's see. Let's see. I can't remember. Was it Freedom? But, you know, typical Rage Against the Machine stuff like that. And then I grew up listening to a lot of Zeppelin as well. And that got me into open tunings. So I do a lot of like Dadgad is pretty cool. See Dadgad. The problem with not playing guitar in a long time is my meter has shifted and I can't keep a fucking beat anymore. So the right hand has suffered.
Yeah.
The left hand is not. What was it? That was supposed to be Cashmere, but I can't I'll have to figure it out, and it's fucking shitty.
Right.
So, anyways.
Sounds good. The guitar sounds great over the mic, so.
I used to do this one tuning. I forget what it is. Is it just,
that a minor tuning?
This
No,
is
it's major.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
major
major.
right now. And then that would be minor.
Yeah.
So I did this song on YouTube like forever ago. It's Nina Simone's Feeling Good.
Uh-huh.
And like it's basically just G minor, and it has like this. Let's see. So it does that, and it goes. Let's see. Does some stupid shit like that. Anyways, I played that my first time I ever learned how to sing and play guitar, and it got like 100,000 views on YouTube. That was my first YouTube video.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'll see if I can find it and link it.
It's terrible now. But in this tuning, like, I had some. I can't fucking play with my right hand, but. I used to write. I mean, I played in a band for like 10 years, and I'd always write fucking really weird alt tuning things.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular song was one of my favorites. And then trying to figure it out. Okay, let's see if I can actually play it. Bear with me.
No, you take as much time as you need.
It's gonna be cool. Hopefully, I can do it.
You can sing?
No, I don't. This is a female singer. This was just
okay.
Cool, this was a cool riff. Some shit like that. It was cool as fuck.
That sounds awesome.
I just like the little, all those like minor, cool chords.
Totally.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you say there's a bunch of on your channel. There's a bunch of old videos of you singing and playing.
Not old. I mean, I did it like a few years ago.
Yeah.
When I like was going through a real rough time, I started playing and singing a little bit more.
Yeah, the angst always drives good music.
Yeah, I never play when I'm happy, so
yeah,
that's probably why I don't play anymore. I used to be super upset about everything, and now I'm just like, meh. I fly drones. I make good money. I'm not upset. I'm gonna play video games tonight.
So we're gonna get guitar nerdy for a second. You brace finger picking with your pinky?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Mm-hmm. It depends. If I need my pinky, then I don't. I hover. But if I do, then
can you use your pinky to pick up a string?
Yeah, on certain things. I think I learned the bracing from my dad.
Yeah.
Because my dad finger picks really hardcore.
Yeah.
But typically I brace here. But I sometimes hover it. Like it's not being braced right now.
Yeah.
But I actually like sometimes will actually pull a string with the pinky, just depending on what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I used to brace with these two fingers. with my ring and pinky, and I went to in college. I took an elective, which was classical guitar, and my instructor, this guy that's like going for his grad degree in classical guitar, he basically just about beat me upside the head for a few classes. He was like, "No, you can't play that way." He's like, "I played that way for a long time. I blew out a tendon." So he said, but I mean, this guy's probably playing like 6-8 hours a day. Who knows? But anyways, he made me, do so high E, D, G, B string, and D, G, the G string are here, and then I let my thumb take care of the
top three.
The top three, yeah. Anyways, I've loved it. It's been a lot of fun. I do a lot of finger picking too. So
yeah, I don't play enough to like. I enjoy that type of music, but I can't play and sing that type of music. I can only play and sing pick with the pick. So
yeah,
just because I'm fucking shitty, I guess. I'm so used to riff rock, like when I play Rage or play Muse.
Yeah,
that's just the type of music that I'm used to, and you can't really. I mean, you can, but it's just not a high priority for me to learn how to finger pick and sing.
It actually, I went the other direction. I started out finger picking and singing, and then eventually had to learn to flat pick and sing. So it was.
Yeah. I'm more electric. So the thing is I don't play unless the instrument inspires me. I'm very picky like that, obviously, and other things in life. But if I don't have a nice instrument, I won't play it. I'm kind of spoiled in that regard. So if there was like a shitty ass guitar lying around, I'm probably not going to pick it up.
Yeah.
So like probably one of the most expensive things I've ever owned for the longest time in my life was this guitar.
Yeah, tell me about it, because it sounds beautiful. I mean, look, we're on like an internet connection with like, I don't even know what mic you've got. It's a nice mic, but it sounded phenomenal coming across to me. Like, what the heck is that thing?
Well, I mean, it's more about playability than it is about the sound. So this is a Collings SB01. So it just stands for Sunburst, and 01 is the body style. So it's similar to like a Martin.
Yeah. Okay.
Body size, but it's a parlor guitar, so it's slightly small. It's short scale, and it is just, I mean, it's a boutique craftsman, the guy that makes them. Collings, I don't know his first name.
Yeah.
He makes some really, really good guitars, and especially this particular one. And my dad had one. He had one for years, and that was like, it's just got like this spank to it that I just liked. I haven't even, like, if I played this thing open, it's not as big as like a long scale, like a Southern Jumbo. I had a Southern Jumbo for a long time, a Gibson. And I had a Woody Guthrie version I used to play gigs and go play out open mics, and I would always take a guitar that never had a mic because it was my dad's Collings and it didn't have a mic in it. And then I bought this Woody Guthrie Gibson and played that, and it was hard to play because it was kind of a bigger guitar for me, and I was just like over the top of it, always trying to make it do things. And then long scale makes things a little bit harder to choke, and you're playing like a thick ass string on an acoustic guitar. So this being short scale and being smaller and a little more manhandleable, just was easier to play. And then the neck on it is a really nice shape. It's like a pretty fat D.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, my dad's is a V, which I really, really like. And this particular, like, they're all cut different. Like some of them are cut one way and some of them are cut the other. And it just so happens that the one that I bought was a D, and it has the mojo, as my dad likes to call it, and I call it. Like it's got a certain something about it, like it's special. But my dad's is, I think, more special than this one. But whatever. He's had that guitar that's one of the only guitars I think he won't ever sell, and he would probably trade me if I wanted. But I just like this one. This one has a mahogany headstock, or not a mahogany, an ebony headstock, where my dad's has like this really weird It's got some kind of weird wood. It's
Mm-hmm.
not they don't use weird woods like Taylor does. Like Taylor uses all these fucking weird ass woods and they all sound like shit. Like this is a mahogany back and sides, and then the front I think is alder.
Mm-hmm.
And it plays really well. It needs new strings. Like these are.
I was gonna say, how old are the strings?
Honestly, probably like 3 or 4 years.
Oh my god, man.
I mean, considering it sounds that good,
that's insane. Yeah,
they're shitty ass string. They're good strings. They're elixirs, and they're like they have this like nano web coating on them.
Yeah,
but it's like wearing off right here where I used to beat the fuck out of it with a pick.
Yeah,
on some of the lower strings, and then the frets are actually they're a little scuffed, not scuffed, but they're not grooved. No, they have a coating on them because they haven't been played a lot. So there's like a slight patina on the frets actually because I don't play it enough.
Okay.
But it's got a bone nut and a bone bridge, and ebony tuning, or not tuning, but the little string plugs, and then this is mahogany as well, and the bracing inside these things is phenomenal. And this one actually has a I forget the company, but it's got a pick.
It does, and it's that's awesome.
Yeah, you plug it into this little bass hole right here, and it's a real pretty guitar. But it's pretty in more of a generic standpoint. Like it's a good craftsmanship of a generic guitar. Like it's not ornate. It doesn't have all this epic inlay and shit.
Well,
I don't like that stuff.
I mean, what's the point of having a pretty guitar if it doesn't sound good? And
but usually when they're pretty, they don't sound good. That's the problem.
So like we walked into the music shop the other day, and my oldest son's been like, he's like, Dad, give me your guitar and give me your guitar. You can go get a new one. I'm like, well, I like my guitar. Like I've been playing that guitar for like 20 years. So we go in and I'm talking to the guy there. He's like, look, we've got a guitar that we can't sell that sounds amazing. He's like, it's like $150, but it's pink. And I was like, what? He's like, just come listen to it. And we sat down and played it. And I was like, oh, some generic no-name guitar. They had pink freaking strings on it, right? The body was pink, enameled pink. And it sounded phenomenal. And I sat there and looked at it and I was like I really had to think long and hard about it. I was like, this sounds good enough that it deserves to be played. If it wasn't pink, it wouldn't still be here. Right. And we almost bought it, but we didn't. And then my son, he was like, okay, Dad, I think I can do it. I think he's 14 and he's like, I can rock a pink guitar. And we wwent back and it was gone. I was like, oh. So,
you got to pull the trigger.
I know we should have. But
I like fucked my dad up one year. He had been looking for this one guitar for like 6 or 7 years. There's a company called Veneto. It's actually the original guy that used to make all of the custom shop relics for Fender. His last name is, I think, Canetto or something like that. Yeah. Vince Canetto or something like that. Anyways, he got eventually Fender found out how they could make it cheaper. They'd figured out how to do it cheaper, and they fired him, and he went and created his own company called Veneto. And some of my guitar pictures that I posted some pictures of me playing guitar the other day from like forever ago on my Instagram, and there was like someone commented and said, "Oh, look, a Telly neck on a Strat," but actually it was a Stratocaster that was a Veneto, and his headstock it almost looks like a Telly, but it's a little bit more angular. So it's not as big, like big round ball like a Strat has.
Yeah.
And anyways, he had been looking for this Tobacco Burst Veneto Telecaster. He had been looking for one. There are probably less than 30 of them in the nation, world. And people don't let go of them very often. When they do, on average, like I would say the guitars that I buy and play are between $800 to $3,000 or $4,000. It just depends on what I'm going for. Like when I bought this thing, I think I paid $25 for it.
Okay.
And that was like, it was a birthday gift and I paid half of it and my dad paid the other half. And it was just like a lot of money and a lot of special something. Cause my dad's a musician and I'm a musician. So it was like it was a special thing. Yeah. And then this Veneto, when it showed up, he was like, "Oh, there's one on eBay." I'm like, "Yeah, are you going to buy it?" He's like, "No, it's a little expensive. Like, I think I'm going to hold off." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You've been fucking waiting on it for like 5 years. And now there's the exact guitar that you want and you're going to hold off." So immediately I went that night and bought it on my account. And he was pissed because he didn't know who bought it. He just, because I was there like talking to him and I was like, "You should do it. You got to fucking jump when you get an opportunity like this. Like you're never going to see this guitar again." And he was being a bitch and he wouldn't buy it. So I like fucking went out of my way. I didn't make shit for money. This was like a $2,800 guitar or something. Yeah. And I just like bought it. And I was like, I don't give a shit if it's that much. Like it's only going to go up in value and it's going to piss him off. And his birthday was in like 2 months. So I bought it, had it shipped all secretively to my house, not my house, their house. And then I wrapped it and put it under his bed and it sat there for 2 months. Oh my God. And he didn't know, he had no idea. And he was pissed. Like even to this, like up until the day of his birthday, he was like talking about it constantly. Like he would just randomly bring it up in conversation. He'd be like, "God damn it, that fucking Veneto got away and I'm never going to find one again." And then I was like, "Yeah, go look under your bed. You've been sleeping over that thing for like 2 months now." And he went in there and just was blown away. It was like the best birthday present ever. Yeah,
dude, that would be, God, man, you win.
It was pretty good.
That's amazing.
He was pissed. He was so mad. He was like, "Where'd it go? Someone bought it. What the fuck? Who is this person?" Because you can see who bought it. I just made up an account and like fucking bought it.
Oh man, that's so amazing. Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, dude. Well, thank you, man. This has been great as always. It's always entertaining to end on whatever conversation we end on. Last time it was cars. This time it's guitars. Who knows what it'll be next time? So, any final thoughts, words? Choice pieces of wisdom?
I don't know. Enjoy what you do and don't do it if you don't enjoy it.
I think that's good advice to go off on.
I mean, it's hard. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, I got to make money. I got to do this." Well, figure something out that you can make money and enjoy it. Even if you don't love it, at least enjoy it a little bit. Yeah. I just got lucky and I love what I do. So it's not unattainable though.
It's not.
People think it's this unattainable thing. Yeah. You just got to put a lot of passion and time into something and eventually it becomes either sustainable or lucrative. I mean, those are two different scenarios, but a lot of the time it's sustainable. And that's why you have the starving artist. They love what they do and they make enough money to live, but they don't really, there's like a general consensus. I don't think I could ever be a starving artist because I don't love anything enough to justify not living comfortably. But I lived on probably $20,000 a year until I was 25 or 26. Yeah. And I know a lot of people that were making fun of me when I was, working at REI. I had like high school buddies that were in their like fucking corporate jobs. They're like, "Yeah, I just bought a brand new BMW." Like, fucking, you lease that shit, you bitch. You don't own that. You're making like 40 grand a year in your stupid corporate job. That's nothing. It's double what I make, but it's still like people try to, brag about money and it's, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, it really is. Well, once again, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, you have been on the Michael Rollins Show with the one and only Mr. Steele, who played guitar for you, which thank you very much. It was
terrible.
It was great. It was actually really good. I enjoyed it. Anyways, tune in later and who knows, maybe we can have somebody play the kazoo. Talk to y'all soon. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I was gonna get Steele to play guitar. I really wanted him to, and I'm so glad that he did. It was good to hear, right? It's good to just kind of get out of the headspace that all of us have for FPV and find out what makes each other tick. If I, given these times, given the circumstances, everything that's going on, I would just leave us with this thought. It's okay to not agree with one another. It's okay to like what I do but hate my flying. It's okay to like Steele's flying but maybe not like his company. It is okay to disagree. But I think that if we can all move towards understanding, then I think that we all gain something. So for instance, maybe you don't like my flying, but you understand why I do it. And that right there helps you understand me. And maybe, hopefully, one day have grace on me. Now, you can apply that to our world in general right now. And there's a lot of need for that. But at the end of the day, I'm really glad that I got Steele to play guitar. I'm glad that we could end this on a high note. I'm glad that we could do this thing that we do. This is Michael Rollins. You have been along for the ride on the Michael Rollins Show. No telling when the next interview is going to come out, but I hope you guys enjoy your day. Bye.